Hi everyone, I just want to show you something here. So you might recognize this, except it looks a little different. So one of the things I wanted to show you is the prototype to Map28 from Doom 0. Now because I was running out of time to make this map, or rather to make a final map for Doom 0, at least a final proper map, I decided to repurpose this map because, you know, I set this goal to release it for the 25th anniversary of Doom 2. But there are quite a few differences. As you can see, first of all, there's chain gunners, but no barons. Colors are different. There's a lot of custom textures. This was originally part of a different WOD called Leap Gates, and yes, I also did repurpose that name for Map 10 in Doom 0. No, actually a plasma, except it's not a plasma, it's the fire rod from Heretic. Anyways, not much to say about this map, other than just to point out the origins of this map. I'm gonna die soon. Let's get some health. Using GZ Doom, because I originally designed this map for GZ Doom. So in this case, you don't actually need a key to flip those switches on. Yeah, I'll just leave it. Everyone knows that power-up just makes the maps look ugly, flat, boring. Now I color-coded everything with these white stripes here. So any door or wall that has those stripes, that's what it opens. Same here. This is a orange stripe, so now we just need to look for the orange stripes. I actually made this map back in 2011, I think, so yeah, 10 years ago. Here's the orange stripes. Lights on. If you guys want to hear lots of interesting things, I'm not much of a Let's Player. Just showcasing this map for anyone who's interested. If you're not interested, then that's fine. You don't have to watch the rest of this playthrough. Yeah, that was a weapon taken from Hexen. It's the mage's fourth and most powerful weapon, except obviously it's just a rocket launcher, just using the graphics from Hexen. I could have sworn I got him. Yeah, made him teleport away. There is some kind of story here. You know, these old artifacts, but this Arachnotron stole something from this tablet here. But, you know, I never really properly finished this WOD. This was back when I really wasn't, you know, that great at making levels. This level is actually more confusing than what this level would eventually be like in Doom 0. In fact, I had some people in the Doom community play test this game, and a lot of them were like, yeah, this is really confusing. And I don't blame them, because one of the weird things about when people make custom content is that they always think that their stuff is too easy, so they make it harder and harder and harder, but it just ends up being too hard for most players. I did not add stairs in this version. So you can actually fall in that pit and not be able to get out. Of course, I realized that that philosophy of design is actually pretty annoying. That switch is just to open the BFG. Again, you don't really know what the switches do, other than you just kind of guess. And I think we might have gotten all three of them. Okay. I'm so used to Map 28 in Doom 0 that I'm not sure which order I'm supposed to go. Yeah, so because this mod was made specifically for, well, it's not really a mod. Well, I guess it is a mod. It has some unique sprites and stuff that were, you know, stuff taken from Hexen and Heretic, because there's also Hexen and Heretic monsters, but they really are just reskins. They behave exactly like Doom monsters. But if you look at this map, it's slightly more open. Like, this window is here, but because I tried to make this, well, Map 28 compatible with vanilla Doom, you actually have to adhere to the visplane limit. This was back in the day when I didn't know how to make nice looking maps. I mean, it is a nice looking map. As you can see, there's a trick where you can have the ceiling light levels be different from the floor light levels. You see there's lights here, but there's no lights up there, because the lights are closer to the ground than it is to the ceiling. So it just looks a little more realistic. And yeah, it's a very simple trick. I mean, you can look it up, you know, online, some of the tricks that people can do with the Doom engine. But yeah, like, as you can see, I just didn't have, you know, like, nice sort of borders when textures just change just randomly. It just doesn't look nice. And that goes to the 8 rules of level design that John Romero practiced when he made the original episode 1 Doom levels. If you want to check out that video, then it's actually called Romero's 8 design rules, I think. It's easy to find on YouTube. And I think every single person who's interested in doing mapping for Doom has to see that video. It really does help you to make better levels. Just in case people are wondering why this door takes so long to open, it's to make sure that these doors have time to close before I'm able to flip that switch, so that all these doors will open. Now the premise is that this switch doesn't just open the exit, but it opens every single door in the map. So, and there are some keys that you cannot get, like the blue key, for instance, or the yellow key. But you don't need the yellow key if you get the door override. Now, as you can see, this kind of stops here. That's because, you know, I did not add a blue key in this level. Here's the Wolfenstein level, which you cannot use in you cannot use these guys in Doom 0 because that roster slot is replaced with the Alpha Soul, which is the one custom monster in Doom 0 that's based on the Lost Souls from the alpha builds and beta builds of Doom 1. Now, as you can see, Command Control Complex 2, Command Control Complex 1, and Toxin Refinery. So the idea is that this is the same place. Now, this door is broken, but the idea was that, you know, Doom guy originally came through this door, and because he didn't have a red key, he would just go this way instead, and that would begin map 4. Of course, he already killed everyone, so you see everyone's dead. So it's sort of like a sequel revisiting some of these old maps. This is the only level that does that though, so. But yeah, everything's open. The bridge is raised. Don't need to go through this map. It's just, there really is no gameplay benefits to this. It literally is just a way of telling the story through just visual, I don't know, like visual cues and visual elements that help you understand what the narrative is. But yeah, so that was map 28 before it was map 28. Again, I was running out of time and I decided to repurpose that map because I still thought it was a good map. It just needed refining. Had a few problems with it, like how it's hard to tell what a switch does. Assuming you're one of those players that actually noticed that the phase switches in Doom 0 correspond to, you know, a door or a bridge or whatever that also has the same face symbol, which is interesting that most people didn't actually, you know, didn't notice it. I thought I made it pretty obvious. Just added a little detail there, like you can't open the door anymore because there's no more yellow key, so you have to so someone had chipped away at the wall so you can get to a switch inside the wall, and I forgot where I need to go. Oh yes, I changed the whole premise of this map. And this here is going to take us to the next map. By the way, this is based on the Cray supercomputer from the 80s. It's one of those computers that were used in production for the CG effects in The Last Starfighter. But apparently, I'm trying to think, is it, I think id Software used one of these before, or maybe it's not id Software, it might be a different game developer. That teleporter just takes you back to the beginning, but we don't want to do that. Using some Tomb Raider music. This was before, you know, I you know, tried to be consistent with music. I just took music from different games, from the PlayStation version of Doom 1 and Doom 2, and also music from Tomb Raider, which actually this was taken from a different WAD, but I liked it, so I just put it in, but obviously it doesn't quite work. But I've learned a lot since then, and so Doom 0 is a far more refined version of this map. This was only the map that I used from this mod that I repurposed in Doom 0, simply because you know, I was running out of time, and I didn't want the levels to be too simple or too bland or too boring, because I didn't have time to make them like super detailed and really nice looking. And then I realized, hang on, I've got this map, maybe I should just repurpose it, and that's how it happened. So thank you for watching. In the future I might do some more of these videos talking about the development or some of the mods that I worked on, or some of the games that we're currently working on at the moment. Alright, until next time.